Hawks lose 3-2 to the Montreal Canadiens. And the story of the game? The power play. It absolutely sucks. Yeah, the power play of the Chicago Blackhawks is horrendous. They may be generating chances and getting them onto the net, but they aren't going in, and we're now officially 0 for 13 to start this season with the power play. It's been brutal. Well, let's look at the stats of this game. Not good all around. The Hawks were honestly bad all game. The first period, they looked good. Third period, they battled and made it a game late, but that's it. The second period was the backbreaker for the team, and they lost this game. Shots on net, 30-36 in favor for Montreal. Face off. This was a bad night for Connor Bedard. He went over at the dot, and the Hawks went 25% at the face-off dot to Montreal's 75%. Power play, 0 for 7. Yes, 0 for 7 for the Chicago Blackhawks tonight, where Montreal went 0 for 2. Hawks had a 5-on-3 power play in the first. They end up late in the game having an empty net, having a power play, can't capitalize. And, well, the team just looked bad on the special teams. They gave up a shorty, which ended up being the game-winning goal. It was not a good night for the Hawks special teams. Hits 19-14 in favor for the Blackhawks. Block shots 21-20 for the Blackhawks. It was just brutal. Shots per period 9-12 in favor for Montreal in the first. 5-15 for Montreal in the second. 16-9 in favor for the Blackhawks in the third. Yes, that third period, they were trying to battle in and get this game reasonably close, but they couldn't succeed to tie it up. So let's look at the game score. In the first period, no goals were scored. There were a couple power plays each side. Hawks weren't able to do anything at it because it sucks. Connor Bedard generated chances on the power play, not much otherwise. The Hawks were able to put chances on. They just could not get them where they were off the board. Yeah, the Hawks were stuck to the boards quite a bit on their power plays. They didn't give anyone up front of the net often. It was brutal. And Montreal generated a few chances. Mrazek made some big saves, and we go to the second period. But in the first period, I should mention Jared Tenorti with an absolutely big hit in the first period when they were on the penalty kill, laying Kirby Dach into the Blackhawks bench. Yes, Kirby Dach sent to the Blackhawks bench. It's been about 2 years since he's been on a Blackhawk bench, but Tenorti sent him there. And after that hit, Kirby Dach didn't return due to injury. So hopefully Kirby's okay, but he got injured, and I wish him well, even though he's no longer with the Blackhawks. So we go to the second period of play, and, well, it was pretty much all Montreal. The Hawks were stuck on their heels and not doing much. And, well, at 3:54 in the second period, Cole Caulfield gets on the board by highlight reel goal, beating the Hawks in the defensive zone, going around, taking the puck up the ice, and goes backhand top shelf, beating Peter Mrazek. It's 1-0 Montreal. And, well, Montreal gets another goal later on, and they were pressing the Hawks a lot. The Hawks couldn't do much with it. And, well, at 7:56 in the second period, Tanner Pearson scores to make it a 2-0 game, assisted by Gooley and Monahan to make it 2-0. And that was a moment where I'm like, God, this is the worst. This has been honestly the worst period of play the Hawks have had. to start the season. And well, to add insult to the wound, the Hawks power play, they are on the power play, and well, what happens? A shorthanded goal is given up at 17:38 in the second period. Sean Monahan scores his first of the season, assisted by Ryan Harvey Bernard to make it a 3-0 game. Yeah, Monahan shorthanded goal breakaway beats Mrazek 5-hole. It's 3-0. Hawks weren't able to get back in time to make a back check, and the Hawks just had a terrible second period of play. We go to the third period, and well, we get on the board very quick in the third period. At 35 seconds in the third period, score by number 90, Tyler Johnson. His first of the night, first of the season, assisted by number 4, Steph Jones, and number 11, Taylor Radish, to get the Hawks on the board, to get them within 2. And well, as you heard, I said first of the night for Tyler Johnson. And well, he does get one later. But to talk about this play, Johnson gets it up into the front of the net, and he beats Montembeault to get the Hawks on the board, and it's a very similar play we see later on. Hawks were pressing, they got a couple more chances off, they were generating shots from the slot this time in this third period. They just can't beat Montembeault until late in the third period. And at 18:39, with the empty net of the Hawks pulled, so 6-on-4 for the Hawks, no, 6-on-5 for the Hawks, Tyler Johnson, with his second of the night at the same spot, gets the Hawks within 1, assisted by Corey Perry and Connor Bedard, to get the Hawks within 1. After that, I'm like, could we see a potential tie game? Well, the Hawks get a power play. Bedard took a high stick, drawing blood. So they pull Mrazek, and we lose off the power play. They don't get any. They weren't able to generate much. They had a couple shots off, and the horn is blown, and that's the game. So down in the comments down below, I want to hear what your thoughts were on tonight's action. And thank you for watching the broadcast. I know you did not enjoy the outcome. And most of all, they need to fix this power play and go Hawks.